Howdy kids, Glenn here, and it's time for one of my most popular videos every month, and that is Pop in a Box. This is my 3-month Pop subscription for Pop in a Box. It's one of those weird times this month where I get my 3 Pop subscription in 2 different boxes. This one, the single one, came a lot earlier than this one. It was about a week difference. I kind of knew what was going on because I had ordered one thing special from Pop in a Box, and I'd already gotten that pop, so I knew this was part of my subscription. So I just waited for the other 2 to come in before we start unboxing. So again, my 3 Pop subscription, roughly $30, a little over with shipping. Paying a bit of a premium to Pop in a Box. It's $9.99 a pop, which isn't bad, especially in today's prices where you go to a lot of stores and they're on the $12 mark now, even for common pops. So $9.99 is not bad, but then you factor in shipping and all that, it ends up a little over $30. So pretty standard, but also not as cheap as you can find them if you really are looking for them. So the key to Pop in a Box is keeping your collection up to date on their site, so they're not sending you things that you either don't want or you already have. So they've been up and down a little bit in that regard. I think twice now I've received a pop I already had, and then a few times I've received pops that I haven't taken the time to downgrade, or because it's a whole thumbs up, thumbs down system. In fact, I don't even think it's thumbs anymore. It's I want or I don't want. You have to be meticulous about, especially on pops, putting what you don't want. Because if you don't put I don't want or I want, you just leave it normal and it's a pop, you could get that pop. So you have to be very meticulous about doing your down ranking of any pops that you don't want. I've spent a lot of time going through Pop in a Box lately because I'm trying to not whittle down, but I'm trying to pretty much narrow what I'm getting from them to the big 3, Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. And then there are the occasional television or movies, stuff that I really, really like, that I really wouldn't mind getting. One thing that is almost a convenience now with Pop in a Box on their website is they show you what they have in stock and what they don't. So it's not as much of a pressure to rank ones that they're out of stock anyway, because you're not going to get those, right? They're rarer pops or they're older ones. They list them, but if it says, sold out, you don't have as much pressure to, oh, I better downrank or thumbs up that one to make sure I get it or don't get it. So it's a little easier to go through it that way now, because there's certain ones you won't get anyway. All right, let's dig in. Let's start with the single pop. This is the one they sent out ahead of time. All right, we've got a Star Wars pop. Now here's what I don't like about this, is it's packed just to the tightness of the box. So if you have any kind of shipping trouble, that means that your pop box could get crushed, which isn't as a concern for me because I generally display out of box, but for a lot of people, they don't want to, it's hard to get it out without messing up the box. So this one isn't messed up. It's actually in fine condition. Sidonithano, which is from The Force Awakens, one of the very minor characters seen for mere seconds on screen. But again, it's here to fill out my Star Wars pop collection, so it was on my thumbs up. So there he is with the other ones. This is number 83. Let's take him out. Again, not the most thrilling pop, but it's one I don't have and it's one I asked for. It's just a matter of being a bit of a completionist with some of these, especially the Star Wars, Marvel, and DC lines. All right, let's get him back on the stand. And there he is. Pretty good looking mold for a character not a whole lot of people are really that interested in. Love characters that are holding weapons. That looks great. Decent detail. His cloak looks good. Like seeing the textures. They did a good job with that. Paint looks good. Nice bright red on his helmet, and a little bit more muted colors on the bottom. Alright, so there we go. There's the first one. Alright, now let's dig into the twofer. Alright. So we've got a Marvel, and then we've got one of those ones I said that was outside of the big three that I kept on my list. Let's start with a pop from Doctor Strange, Carl Mordo. Now, yeah, I left this one. This is so easy to find right now. You could pretty much go to any Walmart in my town at least, and he's probably there, and he's probably there on clearance. So it's pretty easy to find this pop right now from other collectors or from the store. Discounted at $6.99, $7.99, maybe even $5 if you can get it from somebody else. So this is a pretty low value pop, but again, it's on my list, so it's hard to complain about. And it's there to fill out a collection. The Doctor Strange pops, I still need quite a few. I've got most of the Doctor Strange. I just don't have the Mordo, Ancient One, and Casillas. So you know, there are some I still need, and this was one of them. Let's take that bad boy out. It's actually a pretty good looking pop. I love the dark colored green. Paint looks great. I'm going to hold it a little bit closer. Detail, if you see on his belt and on the back. A good looking pop figure. Again, one I didn't have, one I asked for. You know, and all things being equal, it kind of makes sense that, hey, let's look at this list. All right, we have a ton of Baron Mordos. Let's send that out. And lastly, this one is from Pop Movies. It's Peter Lafleur from Dodgeball. I've got, what do I have? I have White Goodman already. So guess what? Now I have a complete set. So I have the complete Dodgeball set of 2. So there's Peter Lafleur. Again, I don't normally get movie ones anymore, but if they're going to complete a set and they're pops that or movies that I enjoy, I'll go ahead and leave it on there. So now I have a complete set. There he is. There's Peter Lafleur with his ball from Average Joe's Gym. Again, this is a pretty standard pop. There's not a whole lot special about this one. But, you know, decent looking nonetheless. The paint job's good at least. And I like the brightness of the yellow and the red. So, very cool. Alright, so we've got Peter Lafleur. We've got Baron Mordo. And we've got Sedona Thano from Star Wars. So, 2 out of the IPs that I really have focused on, and kind of one that completes a set in the movies line. So there we go. There's our 3 pops for this month. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I really think Pop in a Box is a fine service. There's nothing else like it out there. If someone else came up with this kind of pop service where you can kind of make sure that you don't get pops that you already have, I think they'd have some competition. But right now, they're the game. They're the ones that are getting it done. So hit a like if you like this video. Do all that other stuff. You know, subscribe. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But for the most part, if you want to subscribe to your own Pop in a Box, you can use the link down below. Get a discount, and that gets a little kickback towards me on anything that I order from Pop in a Box, and I can review that for you. So it kind of all comes full circle. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.